Hello, pre-algebra. Mr. Lawrence here with your flipped lesson for February 1st. Today is Wednesday. You guys have a quiz tomorrow, so I wanted to do a little quick review for you. First of all, let's review what a polygon is. A polygon is a closed, two-dimensional figure having three or more sides. You must have all three of those characteristics to be a polygon. Make sure it's closed, make sure it's only 2D, and make sure it has three or more sides. All right, let's get on to parallel lines. Now, I want to try to figure out A, B, C, D, and E. Sorry, I've left the C and the D out. I'm going to fill in all the information that I possibly can to help me figure these out. Sometimes some things are really easy. They're obvious. Sometimes they're not. I know angle D is cake because I have a half circle there with the 110. If I do 180 minus 110, I get 70 degrees. D must be 70 degrees. Check this out. I happen to have a handy old Z here. And remember, the Z's represent alternate interior angles. The two angles inside the Z are called alternate interior, and they are congruent. D equals 70 degrees. Therefore, C equals 70 degrees. Now, some of you are saying, oh, Mr. Lawrence, I can figure out, A or B. I'm not going to figure those out yet. I'm going to show you another approach. It's not wrong to do it, but make sure you're stating why. C and D are both 70 because they're alternate interior. Okay, I'm going to figure out this angle right here. This one right here, which is 80 degrees. Why? Because it's vertical with the other 80 degrees, the red 80. You see the X? I see the X. There it is. Okay. All right. Now that I know that that's 80, and let me get rid of this little guy here. Now that I know that that's 80, by the way, I don't think I mentioned that lines L, M, and N are parallel. I have to tell you that in the beginning, otherwise you can't do the problem. I can figure out this angle right up here. Oh, excuse me. I know that D is 70, this one's 80. These three angles together, they make a triangle, don't they? See the triangle? Zoop, zoop, zoop. All three angles make a triangle, and a triangle is 180 degrees. 70 plus 80 is 150. So if I do 180 minus 150, the two known angles, I get 30 degrees. This angle here must be 30 degrees. Now, why would I do that? Well, watch this. Okay, I think I see an F. Let me get rid of my triangle here. I think I see a pair of corresponding angles. Look at this. See my F? Corresponding angles. That red 80 and this angle right here are corresponding, which means they're congruent, which means if the angle down here is 80 degrees, then the angle up here must also be 80 degrees. Now, I did this kind of the roundabout way because I want to show you different ways to look at it. If I look at angle A and the 30 and 80 angle, I get an X, don't I? 30 plus 80 is 110 degrees. Therefore, angle A is 110 degrees. See how I use the information, put them together to figure out the third angle? All right, A and B, I get a half circle. 180 minus 110 is 70 degrees. Now, you could have also used the argument here, and this one gets kind of weird, but check this out. I could have said, oh, angle C and angle B are alternate exterior. They're on opposite sides of the transversal, and they're outside the parallel lines. Alternate exterior. So that proves that B and C are also the same. Now, my calculations show that they had to be, but just another way to look at it. Okay, I need angle E and angle F. Well, I can't say that C and E are the same or C and F are the same because I don't have any parallel lines. The F I make would be kind of weird. It would kind of go like that. And those two little pieces of the F aren't parallel. They have to be parallel for this stuff to work. So those are not corresponding angles. But I could figure out F by using my Z. I could use my Z right here. And that means that F is an alternate interior angle with the 80, and therefore F must also be 80 degrees. Okay? And then I could use my half circle again. F and E must be 180. If F is 80, then E must be 100. And there we go. Okay, one more type of problem to review. Yeah, let's take a polygon. Oh, let's do a cool one. Hold on one second. Okay, here I have a nonagon, very well drawn, as I'm sure you'll admire my nonagon drawing skills. And my job is to figure out the measure of the angles X, and then A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. All right, well, some of you know that there are 7 triangles in this nonagon. Some of you don't. So I'm going to go ahead and start at angle A, and I'm going to draw my triangles. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, and then when I draw this last one, it's not 6, it's 6 and 7 because I create 2. So I do have 7 triangles. All right, now I'm going to get those out of there because they're going to make the picture really ugly. But I just wanted to prove that there are 7 triangles. So I will have 180 degrees times 7. And this will tell me the total number of degrees in the nonagon. And that'd be 6, carry the 5, so it'll be 1,260. Now, I know the measures of 5 of the angles. And so I'm going to add those 4 up. All right, so let me see here. I got 176, 154, 156, 174, and then 160. I wrote them out of order on purpose because I was trying to match up the 6s and 4s so that I could get 10s. Because this is 10 and that's 10, therefore the whole column is 20. And so I'll carry a 2, and then I got 5, and 5 is 10. 10 and 14 is 24. 24 and 6 is 30, and then a 2, so it's 32. I'll carry a 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. So I'm up to 820 degrees. All right, so I'm going to take 1260, I'm going to minus 820 from it. I'm going to subtract 820. That'll tell me the total degrees left. All right, 480. Now, how many angles are making up that 480 degrees? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 angles, 4 x's, that all together equal 480. Well, I can just write a little equation and divide by 4. And I believe they're each going to end up being 120 degrees. So x is 120 degrees. Now that I know that all the x's are 120, I can go ahead and figure out the angles on the outside, or what we call the exterior angles. All right, so I'll do those in green so that they show up, and I don't think I have any other green angles on here. All right, 60, right? This will be 60, this will be 60, this will be 6, this will be 26, this will be 24, this will be 4, and this will be 20, and this will be 60. Now, I can feel good about this problem if all my green ones add up to be 360 degrees. So I'm going to add them up. Let's see, if they don't all add up to be 360 degrees, I've made a mistake somewhere. So I've got 24, a 26, a 6, a 4, and then a 20, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 60s. Better give myself a little more room to work here. Okay, don't you ever erase work, just move to another part of the... So, 1, 2, 3, 4 60s, and you're probably going to be upset that those aren't green, so hocus pocus. I love my smartboard, and there they are green. Okay, now I'm going to add them up. I've got 10, and 10 is 20. I'll put a 2 up there, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sixes. 2, 2, and 2 is 5 sixes. And then another 20. Uh-oh, 5 sixes is only 300. I'm only coming up with 320. I have a mistake somewhere. I suspect that I missed an exterior angle, or I've added somewhere wrong incorrectly. So I'm going to go ahead and check. Okay, I've got 24 right there. I've got 26 right there. 24 and 26 is 50. Just checking my math here. I got a 6 and a 4. That's 10 more. Okay, I got a 60, right? I've got a 60. Okay, I've got another 60. I've got another 60. And then I've got a 20. All right, let's see if I can't get this. And if I didn't, then one of my interior angles is wrong, and I'm going to have to go back and check my math. All right, so let's see here. 2, 1, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Yeah, I'm only coming up with 320. All right, I'm going to pause the video here, see if I can't find my mistake. Okay, I found my mistake. It was way back when I did a subtraction problem, and I should have had 1260 minus 820. And I think I wrote down 880, and I should have written down, or 480, I should have written down 440. So here when I have this 4x, it should equal 440. I'll divide by 4, and then x is going to be 110, not 120. And you see, this is a cool thing to do. I think it's really cool that I made this mistake here. Why? Because it allows me to show you how to check your answer. Okay? It's okay to make mistakes. We all make mistakes from time to time. I just did right there. Now, if you're smart, you make the mistake, but then you take the time to correct it. So this is going to be 110, 110, 110. Excuse me. And then that means these aren't going to be 60 degrees. They're all going to be 70 degrees. I don't have them in green. I apologize for that. So let me try adding these up all again. All right, so I'm going to need a 20. Oh, no. I'm going to need a 24, a 26, a 4, a 6, and there's one more that I can't remember. I think it's a 20. Yeah, a 20. And then I'm going to need 4 70s. And I think, if you've been paying attention, you're going to be able to tell that this is going to work out. So there's 10, there's 20, carry the 2, 2, 4, 6, and there's 8. Now here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 7s. That's 28 plus 8 is 36. And there you go, 360 degrees. All right, very good. Watch this video a couple times. Help yourself get ready for the test or quiz. All right, Mr. Lawrence signing off. Have a good night, everybody.